بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فقال الله تبارك وتعالى في شأن حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. My dear respected brothers and sisters and children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A question has been asked that those people who oppose the celebration of Eid Milad Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they say we celebrate Independence Day of Pakistan or Canada or any other country, Qaid Azam Day and Iqbal Day and this day and that day. We celebrate them as a part of not the religion, and we don't expect that Allah will reward us. This kind of argument shocks me because it's coming from one of the famous mufti in Pakistan, who's very well respected. But because he has to make some arguments against Eid Milad Nabi, he came up with this very foolish, ignorant belief that the Independence Day of Pakistan or any other country or any other days that people do celebrate are not part of the religion. My dear brothers and sisters, first of all, this Mufti Sahab should learn Islam and go back to the jurisprudence and fiqh classes. Because the reason is, Islam is a package. Islam is a way of life. For a believer, for a Muslim, there is nothing outside Islam. Even the worldly thing is not outside Islam. Whatever we do, that is part of Islam. Either permissible in Islam or not permissible in Islam. Pakistan's Independence Day, Canada Day, India Day, Bangladesh Day, Qaid Azam Day, Yomul Watani in Saudi Arabia, all these days people celebrate as a national days, knowing that Islam does not forbid to celebrate these days. When Islam does not forbid something, it means it is part of Islam, that Islam is giving you permission to do these things. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu udkhulu fi silmi kaffa. Islam is a complete. We have to live in Islam completely, entirely. So, yes, we are doing worldly things, but it's not haram. It means it is halal. When you are doing halal things, it is rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people say we don't expect reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah tabarak wa ta'ala rewards a believer for everything that is halal, whether in action or eating or seeing or watching or doing. Allah tabarak wa ta'ala punishes on haram. So if Pakistan Day is not part of the religion, or Canada Day is not part of religion, yes, we know it's not prescribed in the Quran, it's not prescribed by the Sunnah. That's what religion means. But it is mustahab, it is mubah. It means Islam allows for these days to be celebrated. Nobody said that Eid Milad Nabi is fard. Nobody celebrate those who do not celebrate Eid Milad Nabi, they are kafir or they are sinful. No, nobody says that. We are saying that if you are stopping people from celebrating the birth of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, then you are committing a sin. Because this celebration of Eid Milad Nabi is to talk about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Nowadays in the world and in Canada, we take part in the rallies for Palestine, for Kashmir, and we go and protest. Are we participating in those rallies that they are not part of Islam? We are standing up for our Muslim brothers and sisters in Palestine and Kashmir and other places around the world, and we say this is not part of Islam. This is a Canadian way of expressing or Pakistani way of expressing their anger or frustration or protest. This is part of Islam because Islam allows. Yes, it's not fard. Yes, it's not sunnah. But it's mustahab, mubah. So Eid Milad Nabi is a mustahab. My dear brothers and sisters, I have already explained in my previous episode that how Sahaba did and how Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam did, how Quran expresses the celebration of birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I'm not going to repeat that. But saying this, that this is not part of deen, and we are not expecting reward is absolutely a bizarre and wrong and foolish, ignorant statement. Muslims do not go outside Islam. When you are celebrating Pakistan Day, you are not a Muslim at that time. You are a Muslim at that time too. What is joke they are making of our religion? When we are Muslim at that time, it means Islam allows. So Islam allows Pakistan Day, so Islam allows the celebration of birth of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam too. Why Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam did not do? Why Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam did not celebrate the independence of Medina? He did not do that. He came from Mecca and established the first Islamic government in Medina. He did live after the establishment of the state of Medina for 10 years. He did not celebrate. We celebrate Pakistan Day, we celebrate Canada Day. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam did not do a lot of things. These, my dear brothers and sisters, these muftis, these Maulanas, these Pir Sahiban, just about pick up their old books. They have fatwa that on loudspeaker the prayer are not allowed and it is nullified. Now all these Pirs and all these Maulanas and all these Mufti Sahiban, they are praying. They don't speak anything without loudspeaker. Even two people are sitting, they will use loudspeaker. But their fatwa is there. Don't we remember that these Pirs and these Maulanas, these Muftis forbade to watch TV? Now they have their own TV channels. They sit on TV channel every day. My dear brothers and sisters, we must follow Quran and Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sahaba and Ahlul Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These muftis are dividing Muslims. They are causing division and hate among Muslims. Celebrating the birth of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam is absolutely very noble and need of the time. And I have explained this in detail in my previous volume. Look at this. And I get shocked on those people who stand up in the masjid and confuse people about the celebration of Eid Milad Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of them I know personally. They charge commission on fundraising for the masjid. They have their business, their livelihood depends on commissioning from the fundraising activities. Did Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam took commission for raising funds for masjid or for jihad or other activities? These people charge because this is their livelihood. And they don't call that haram. They call Eid Milad Nabi haram. Bid'ah. We need to be aware of these things. Celebration of Eid Milad Nabi is a very noble thing. If somebody does not celebrate, we don't call that person a kafir, auzu billah. No, we never. We don't call that person as a sinful. No, we don't. It's not fard. It's not wajib. It's not the way we are doing today. It's not sunnah. Although its bases are in Quran, its bases in sunnah, its bases in Sahaba, its bases in Ahlul Bayt, and it has a basis in the unanimity of the Islamic jurisprudence throughout the 14th century, 15th centuries of Islam. It became a controversial issue just after the Wahhabi revolution in Saudi Arabia, just about less than 100 years old. Islam is not 100 years old. Islam came 15 centuries ago. This denial of Eid Miladun Nabi is just about 100 years old. My dear brothers and sisters, there is nothing outside Islam. Whatever we do, it has to be within Islam. So this argument that we are doing this as a dunya thing, a worldly thing, this is not in part of Islam. Everything is for a Muslim, every day and night, every moment of life is a part of Islam. We cannot go against Islam. Islam allows mustahabbat, Islam allows mubah. You consider Eid Miladun Nabi as mustahab. You do it, good. You don't do it, fine. But if you forbid and you call it haram or you call it bid'ah, then you are committing a major sin, because you are stopping people from talking about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being joyful on the birth of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasallam. Only shaitan get upset. When Nabi alayhi salatu wasallam was born, he was the only one who got upset. Even if a kafir celebrates the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah rewards that kafir because he celebrated the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Pick up Bukhari Sharif and find out about Abu Lahab. This is a famous hadith in Bukhari. I'm not going to talk into detail because that's a different topic. So don't get by this argument, this is dunya and this is deen. We are not adding Eid Milad Nabi as something, as a farz or sunnah, the current format I'm talking. Eid Milad Nabi is mustahab, mubah, is optional. Do it, it's good. Don't do it, there's no sin, no reward either. May Allah give us tawfiq to follow Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. We love Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. We obey Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. We love him from the bottom of our heart. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is dear to us than any creation of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We love him from more than anything else. More than our children, more than our parents, more than any human being. He is the center of our love. Imam Ghazali says, when you are sitting in tashahud, in the prayer, and when you are reaching to Assalamu alayka ayyuhan Nabi, see Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in your heart and see him, recognize him, then address him. O Allah's Messenger, my salam on you. Our Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam listens our durood wa salam. People say Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam passed away on 12th Rabiul Awwal. Why you are not mourning his death? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. This is a very, very ignorant statement. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, yes, he passed away. Yes, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is in Mazar Sharif, is in his grave. But Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam's life in the grave is not the life of any ordinary person who dies in the grave and buried in the grave. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam listens to our durood wa salam. We don't mourn his death. We celebrate his life. This is a very foolish argument that why we don't mourn him because he died on the same day. Yes, Sahaba was upset because during that time, and that was quite normal and natural for them. But after this so many years, we know that Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam listens to our durood wa salam. We know Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam said that anyone who will recite salawat on me on Friday, I will make shifa on the judgment day for that person. My dear brother and sister, let's come back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let's go back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the center of unity for the ummah. Muslims were united when they were celebrating Eid Milad Nabi. The denial of Eid Milad Nabi divided the Muslims. For 13 centuries we were united. For just less than 100 years we are divided. And so many sects have been emerging from Muslim community because of this division. Imagine what unfortunate people are those who are making the Prophet, who said that I will not raise my head on the judgment day until Allah Ta'ala forgives my ummah. And we are talking about him. And we are passing judgment on him. You know, I get shocked when somebody passes judgment on the ilm of Rasulullah, the knowledge of Rasulullah. How dare these people can do that? Stay away from these muftis. Stay away from such people. They are ignorant. They are destroying their iman and they are going to take away our iman too. We don't want to be associated with them. Love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Come back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is our salvation. He is our salvation. He is our shafi'. And we depend on him. Allah will forgive our sins because of his intercession for us, inshallah. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ.